Well, hello! So I'm here to discuss the spiritual elements of the Will Smith incident at the Oscars, breaking down the information I've gathered, everything, the psychological evaluation, things, and what you need to know in order to make a really good assessment of the situation. So, let's start off with Will Smith. Will Smith is a beloved celebrity that a lot of people have grown up with. Fresh Prince of Bel Air. A lot of people really relate to him in the sense of growing up, in the show and in real life, without a father and the relationships he's had with his father and stuff like that, which are recently revealed in his book that you can definitely read and find out a lot more about. And so he cares, and he definitely, as you see, he's someone who cares, who's actively involved. He's on YouTube. He wants to make an impact. He is someone who shows that he wants to resonate positivity into the world. So he is an active warrior for the light. Let's take that into consideration. I resonate with him. I see him. I see that desire, that passion for goodness, and in his children, and in his wife, and in their family, and in their tribe. They're passionate people who want good for the world. So, and they want to address the issues in the world, and it's a really strong bond that they have built. So that's a strong, like, powerhouse. You know what I mean? Let's look at that. So, in the context of darkness, that's not good. So darkness looks at that powerhouse of light and goes, no, we're not going to let you shine through. So you've got the opponent coming in, definitely, full force, looking at this element and the resonance that it has in the Oscars. And you also have to take into consideration that the opponent places pieces, where the opponent knows ripple effects, what things will do that will ripple other things. It's extremely brilliant angel. So what it does is it places elements in order to resonate energy as we grow, as we learn, as we overcome. So let's go back. So we've got that. Jada, strong figure. I love Jada. I love Will. I love them together. I love their kids. I love their family. Whip my hair back and forth. One of the reasons why I gotta grow my hair, because I love whipping my hair back and forth. Just all those. I love the Smiths. So, and I've actually been pleasured to have bumped into Jada just briefly and some of her kids in a situation. We didn't say to each other, we just kind of eyed each other. It was like, okay, and smiled. So that was really nice. So we got all of that situation. And now Jada has alopecia. She has publicly come out about speaking about her problems with alopecia and all that situation. And that's an amazing revelation of light and really courage to her to speak out about hair issues that a lot of people, can learn and grow and understand once they overcome their fears about talking about it. So really kudos to Jada for that. So they are heroes. They are real heroes in America. Some people have a controversy about their open marriage and all that situation, but at the end of the day, they're asking questions about love, about our relationships, who we are. So you can judge them, not judge them, but they're creating their own experiment, and whatever outcome comes out of it, that's their repercussions or their gifts or whatever it is. So, and we can learn from it. We can either way, we can learn from it. So that's my advice. That's my thoughts on the situation. I don't judge them. I don't condone or concern myself with their situation. I just, it is what it is, and it's a learning experience. So we've got all of that. We've got all of that. They've been in Hollywood for quite a long time. They're kind of like Hollywood royalty. I think that a lot of people consider them black Hollywood royalty. But in 2016, so let's start. So this isn't something that's been brewing for a while. This isn't something that just popped out of nowhere. So then 2016, there was the Oscar So White movement. In the eye of the media, it was primarily seen headed by Will Smith and Jada Pinkett. And one of the responses was because Will Smith had done such an amazing job with concussion and addressing such an important, critical issue in America. To me, anybody that is educated about concussion and CTE and children and residents and high school football and all of those things really look, they give him an Oscar retroactively for just addressing. There was no award. There was no physical award that could have been given to Will Smith for being such a heroic, standing up to such a huge financial movement. There was nothing like that for Will Smith at the time. So, and of course, the Oscars. It's it isn't the time for things to be addressed. the light allows things to happen at their time and for them to be revealed when they need to be revealed. So all of that was brewing, and just all of that tension, that undeserved. And Will Smith is an egomaniac. I'm an egomaniac. We love the attention. We love the acclamation. We love the likes. We love people liking us because it helps us. We're always unsure. Like, are you hearing me? Do you like what I say? Do you like me? Am I good? You know, it really is that voice in the back of my head, always. And then maybe with you. So I think that as a celebrity, of course, that voice resonates even stronger because they're resonating more energy and it's just such a stronger impact. So you've got all of that built up. Then he loves Jada. He loves Jada. And Jada loves him. And it's just really, their story plays out. It's like a love story that we can read through. And so there's a lot vesting on that. They were the heads of that particular movement in the eye of the media, and then so now they're being invited back. Now they're being invited back, and he's up for an award and all these other things, and he's done an amazing job. And so the opponent sees like, oh, this is when I get to taste it, that kind of mentality. So everything, so the Chris Rock joke, alopecia, mother, all of those things, in order to literally what it did is was tarnish the beautiful moments for a lot of people, and it was really sad. And Will Smith was unable to control himself with the suggestions of wrath and anger. And, it was that high when you're literally possessed, and some of the words that are coming out of your mouth are not things that you really would say, and it resonated even in his speech, in his acceptance speech. It was just that shaking. It was all of it, and you can. And it was a man that was broken down. It was a man that was really broken down and fighting so hard to make sense in his mind as to what had happened, what will happen, the resonance. People beautifully gathered around him to help him understand, cope. And for me, because I love Will Smith so much, he's such a, like I grew up with Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. And I cry at the episodes. Some of those episodes are like, oh my God, that's totally me. And that is for a lot of people. So we are vested in Will Smith. And the jokes in the 2016 episode, Will Smith got $10 million for Wild Wild West. I love Wild Wild West. What's the problem with that? And Jada, the jokes about Jada, to me, and especially when you're looking at Black Hollywood and you're looking at Black excellence, and we as a community want those to look up to people, bringing her down in the moment where she's rising to speak out, and just removing that whole element. That's got to be a brewing, painful experience for her as she rises through other mediums. So it was just an extremely sad, as you can see me crying, it was an extremely sad experience for everyone. It felt like a fifth grade situation where, or a high school fight where, somebody just finally breaks and they say something in public in front of billions of people. It's not millions, billions of people, and it will air out throughout history, and it's not just the stress of all of that. So what do we do? And the Black community, not even, so let's put on our racist hats on. Not that I'm racist. I think everyone's a little racist. I say hello to the dog before the human. But let's put out, so people, who are racist are looking at the situation. See, a Black producer, Black people, that's how they are. That's you can't invite them anywhere. That is the mantra that, I have Black friends and they resonate to me, and there's just like, that sense of like, that's shame. That's shame. And it's and that sense of pressure, that a white person or a lot of other people don't have to, they don't have the element of their entire community behind them, being the representative for an entire community, and having people look at the skin color and be like, oh, you're like all those other people, so they don't have that pressure. So all of those things are the things that are weighing on Will Smith's mind right now, I believe, and perhaps even more so than I couldn't even imagine. So what do we do? What do we do? A lot of people are calling for repercussions. A lot of people are saying, Will Smith's got to pay. That was assault. And yeah, it was assault. Will Smith's got to have some kind of repercussions. What kind of repercussions? What kind of healing repercussions could happen out of this situation? Well, some of my suggestions are I believe that Will Smith should be banned from the Academy for 5 years or suspended from the Academy for 5 years. And during that 5 year period, I think Will Smith should sit down and do a documentary about violence. Is violence the answer? Violence is never a documentary titled "Violence is Never the Answer." It's almost like when you do something bad and you get to the principal's office and you're like, "What's your redemption? What do you do?" So Will Smith has the resources and he can go out and find out about violence and what violence has done to society, to community, to through humiliation. Like that violence. Physically showing those elements of people getting slapped and getting physically treated and what happened in those viral videos and just asking those questions and going out there to find out about the various elements of what violence does to a community. I think that would be a powerful documentary for Will Smith or even a series for Will Smith to put together and go out and find out about violence throughout the entire world and how we can help and communities and people that are going beyond that the painful experiences and building and growing and all of those things. So that is my verdict as a self-proposed messiah. Yeah, they have a whole skit on that. So yeah, I mean, what else? What else can I say? Um, yeah, it's just there's really not. I think one last thing that I might add is that I believe this is also a challenge for Jada to get back into the acting game and do some dramatic roles. Because I don't know about you, but I adored me some Fish Mooney. I adored me some Fish Mooney. So, and where Jada really, to me, showed, I'm going to go on a Jada binge and I'm going to watch some, and I suggest that you too go as well on a Jada binge and watch some Jada movies and boost her numbers and show people, hey, Jada still got it. She still can play the game. So, and with Will Smith, I recommend love. I recommend, when someone is in the mud, if you kick them, they'll remember that, and they'll remember that, and they'll resonate just like how people go like, oh, that's how black people racist are. Humans will see that's how humans are. You become as a face of a human when you do something cruel to somebody and you choose cruelty, you are being like the racist. You like no, I mean like you're being subject to racism because you are a race, you are a human race, and there are people out there sometimes I feel it within myself. Like when I watch robot movies, I'm like, I adore you, robots. You're so much better. Or even dogs or pets. I know. So just all of that. I think that as humans, we really need to look at, who we are and how we behave with violence and without violence and all those elements. So I feel for Will. I feel for Will and the pressure that he's going through, and I say send him love. Send Chris Rock love. Send them both love because it's hard on both sides. It's hard on Chris's side. The whole element of being on national television and being assaulted by somebody and having to, and having friends and family see that, and that then the resonance of communications that happens with that within his own mind, and just the fears for comedians in general of being assaulted and the resonance that it's such a resonance, and you're feeling it, right? That's why you want to talk about it. You want to be like, I don't know where to go. I'm like, well, come on down. We're going to do it with love. We're going to do it with love. So yes, repercussions, 5 years, Will Smith, documentary. Send Jada, send Chris, send Will love. Realize that they're people and things happen. And we can move beyond this and we can all gather together. And that's it. All right. I want to wish you all a wonderful, wonderful eternity. And thank you for watching this long, long video.